Hey guys, this is a big moment for me and I'd like to share this with you. So now, to make it official, I present to you the Tonight Show marquee. Here we go. Let's light it up, boys. 3, 2, 1. Let's start the show.
Say how you doing today? How are you doing today? Y'all already know it is your favorite rapper, the best film writer, director, St. Louis Facts, award-winning published author, actor, journalist, actor, business owner, nominated Hollywood music artist, #1 bestseller, battle rapper, service of the year recipient, award-winner, Lacey G. Souldier Turner. And this is UnCensor Conversation Podcast. We are live right now. We are on YouTube. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. But if you do not catch us today, you can catch us tomorrow on wherever you listen to your podcast. That's iHeartRadio, Amazon, Spotify, all of that type of stuff. Pornhub, all that fast. Who raised these niggas? I don't know if we on them shows, though, you know what I'm saying? But y'all already know we finna have a crazy show today. It's finna be some debates. It's finna be some heated arguments. It's gonna be people taking stuff serious when they shouldn't take it serious, but who cares? Nigga, this is the conversation. So first up, we got radio personality, Ms. Busy Boss in the house.
Again, that ain't know what I do, but y'all, let's get it. Let's have a happy Monday. That part.
Well, tell them what you do if you
don't worry about it. It's good.
All right, and then next up, we got my boy. Don't forget the mother 3 up in this bug. Bold is a nigga, and a nigga is not bold. We got Tone Bold. And we can't even hear your tone.
What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? How y'all doing? I'm cooking right now.
Boy, this nigga over here doing a podcast. He cooking and doing multiple things.
You being a daddy right now?
And listen, next up, you already know we got the person who's always late to the show who get fired. We got Tara Michelle.
It's a shame that you threw me out there like that. Hey everyone, happy Monday. I'm happy to be back. I don't have my voice fully back, but I ain't sick no more. So praise be to the Lord. Let's have a great show.
Bars. And I got more YouTube subscribers here. Let's get it. That was playing.
Lies.
I'm beginning. And then we got backstory. Ricky, who got all the backstories, whether you on Earth or the galaxies or the planet, she got all the backstories.
Hi, good people of the world. I'm just here until I'm not.
She just heard so she don't get fined up in this.
No, fuck about getting fined.
Who raised this? That job?
You're gonna be on the list with all them other people waiting on money, like student loans, state of Missouri.
That's everybody.
Yep.
Then we got my boy. You already know the Gateway person himself, always bringing the people together. We got Gateway Louie in the building.
What it do, y'all? Let's get it cracking, man. It's Monday. Let's have a good time, man.
Boy, then y'all already know. Hold on. I was gonna say we had our perfect attendance guest, but oh, there you go. We had our perfect attendance guest who just been stepping up her purple. No, we got KJ. KJ, your background is loud. All right, I don't think. I guess KJ he gonna be on mute until it's time for him to talk. All right, man. Listen, let's get into this first topic. First topic, it says, start off like, what is something expensive that really should be free up in this piece? It should be free.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Tara.
Therapy.
You said who?
Therapy. A therapist with an actual psychologist, not an associate degree toting, certificate toting. No, a whole psychologist. Yeah, that's expensive and it should be free.
I definitely agree with that.
Ain't nobody going to school to get no credentials to get that shit for free.
No. They gonna get paid, but I'm talking about free for the person. So I don't care if we take some of the tax money that they ate. We tax billionaires since they so damn happy.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. But go ahead.
I mean, exactly. We just said what should be, not what's possible.
Go ahead, Ricky.
I just like to live in reality. That's all.
Listen, the reality should be therapy.
Go ahead, Ricky.
Okay, I can see that. I think healthcare should be free.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like healthcare should be free. Canada does it. I don't see why we can't. Healthcare should definitely be free.
Indeed. Teresa said,
I'm not saying like cosmetic surgeries. You bitches should pay for that. But definitely be free. And I'm not saying bitches as in females. I'm just saying in general as people, men and females.
All you hoes.
Yeah, all of that. I'm just saying you should definitely pay for that. You want a nose job because you don't like your nose because you feel like your nose is too big. Hey, look, God gave you that bell pepper, not me. But if you want to fix it, you should have to pay for that. But yeah, healthcare.
all right. Teresa said, good evening, gorgeous folks.
Good evening.
All right, go ahead, Stacy.
Stacey, you look really pretty today with the blonde.
You look pretty too, girl. You're doing the thing. Hey. Thank you. Appreciate it. Teresa, I have a t-shirt for you, okay? You be on here constantly and we consistently. We love you and I got some for you. Okay? So I was gonna say healthcare, but let me see. I don't know.
You can say healthcare with me. It's cool.
I guess to go along with healthcare, of course, like dental insurance, of course. How about some? We talked about this last week. That's really expensive. Car insurance. You know, maybe they should put it within the car note or something. I don't know how that work or whatever, but I think that should definitely be free. And of course, like if there is people like low income people, whatever, I think their kids should be able to go to college for free or something, you know. I think they're working on that. If you're in a set income or whatever, the kids get to go to college for free or whatever. I think they're working on that. I know
I
feel like I got low income.
That's a good idea.
To go to college for free.
All right, Louis.
Yeah, I say education and water. Education, because like I feel like if a person got the desire to want to educate themselves and make the world a better place, based upon knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, I don't feel like it should be limitations, because I feel like that's part of why we hindered in certain ways, because the people that really, have a passion for certain things, they might not have the financial capability of going to school for those things. So it should be programs that's set for people who really showing that that's what they want to do and give them the opportunity to go. And not saying that they ain't, but I think that it needs to be more prevalent. And of course, water, because water is as in every living thing. So how is it and why is it being charged? I don't understand, but them my two things I would say.
I'm sorry.
Water or like just like go outside.
I mean, any type of water, like
water bill is high.
It's any type. I mean, water is like the world is 70% water, so 30% land. So it's way more water than it is land and people. So,
but that's salt water. You got to treat it and make it and take it. Desalinization and all of this stuff.
They put all the stuff in the infrastructure to take people to jail and do everything else. They need to put it in the infrastructure to give us clean water. I
I
mean,
feel it. I
that's just
feel
my
it.
opinion. But it's like, this is
So,
my opinion.
can I say something to go piggyback along with yours? Water. What about trash? Because
Yeah,
trash, like, what the hell? Oh,
yeah.
why y'all charging us for trash?
And all the
So you
taxes
just
that they
want to come
taking
clean up
from
your
all the
mess.
taxes that they taking from us, they need to
No,
incorporate that into the taxes too.
no. Look, in the city, if you have a dumpster, if you're not using the dumpster, somebody else using it, they can come dump in your dumpster. You still gotta pay. Like what the
Yeah,
hell?
yeah.
That's why people have locks on them. But I'm saying, I don't agree with the trash part because people just be throwing some dumb stuff away.
Okay.
I mean,
Tone.
the way that Canada does this stuff is you get taxed 40% of your income. Everybody does. And in that 40% for them taxes, you got your university for your kids, you got your health care, and a lot of other stuff. So we could do that here if we added trash, water, university, or I'm sorry, college. I be listening to many British people. And all that stuff into the taxes, but we don't get taxed out the ass in order to do that. But if you do the math, you'll still come out making more with that tax than you would having to pay all this out of pocket.
All right, Tone Bone.
That Lowry's on
Um,
the table.
um, I agree with Louis. Basically, any basic necessity of life should be free. I don't understand how you get something from Earth and want to charge people for it. It's kind of fucked up in my mind. But what do I know? I'm just a regular nigga.
You should see them people that's paying for oxygen.
That's some bullshit.
Who paying for oxygen? You talking about sick people?
People that own oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
Them
Literally,
oxygen tanks,
people
stuff
own
like that.
oxygen
Oxygen
that's
tank.
paying for oxygen. For them to
Right.
walk around with them oxygen tanks and them oxygen masks and them portable oxygen things, people
Yeah.
are paying
For,
to breathe.
yes.
You paying for air, literally.
Literally.
Well, I mean, cause you need some type of specialized area if you can't just walk around regular. So they gotta do
That's
something
because
for
people
you.
not making enough.
Yeah.
They can't breathe it in fast enough, so they need oxygen to help them breathe better because their lungs are either overworked or underworked. That's a story for another day.
But that
I
shit,
mean,
nobody got
yeah,
to pay to
I don't know
breathe
too
though.
much about a lot, but I just would imagine it take a lot to bottle earth. You know what I'm saying? To get
It take a lot to send somebody to prison for 30 years. They still gonna do it. It's to take a lot to do everything, man. Just the necessities. I don't understand why we get charged so much for necessities, though.
Because
yeah,
it's
I
a
feel you. I
capitalistic
feel you, but
society.
Air
the
can
earth thing is
breathe,
kind of
duh.
tricky, man. Like we pay water bills for. Hey, I don't know, bro. This shit stupid.
Hey, listen, I'm
That
not
shit
gonna lie.
crazy.
Me in my house, as soon as I hear the water running, I'll be like, "Hey, if you ain't in the tub, cut it the fuck off." Put it on when you get in it.
No, for real. For
If you're
real.
not in the tub, don't cut the water on. I'm like, "Hey, you don't even need that much water to wash the dishes."
And brush
Turn
your
it.
teeth, huh?
Yeah.
Hey,
I
listen,
remember the water bill used to be
brush the
like,
water off,
$50,
and when you ready to
40
brush,
yeah, but
$50.
it used to be like $40, $50 for 3 months.
Yeah,
Then they said,
yeah,
okay, we're gonna start charging out every month. And now it's that same 50, nice 50 or 60 a month. Please tell me how the hell that happened.
the
yeah.
math not be
I
math.
ain't using no more water than I used to.
The
Exactly.
cost of everything
And the
is like
water ain't stopped
extremely
leaving
high.
Earth.
Exactly.
All right, man. Let me go to the
Right
next
before
topic.
they use the water dirty, how am I paying for dirty water?
Right.
Exactly.
So
Contaminated
they can
water.
clean it and send it back to you.
Right.
All
But
right,
they
yeah. Next
ain't.
topic, yeah. Next, they say, what are reasons couples stay together even though they are unhappy? Louis, I'm gonna let you go first.
Bills, cost of living, survival, security, those type of things. People don't they it's a business. Relationship became a business. It's what you can do for that person is what creates longevity in a relationship. Once you stop doing certain things, then that relationship pretty much is over with. Shit.
All right, Tom.
um, I would say because they love one another and being unhappy is just a moment. I would feel. 'Cause I mean, like it should. If you're not a fun person, then I don't want to be with you anyway. So to be unhappy with my person, like she may piss me off. I can't stand her. Get on my fucking nerves. Sometimes I don't even want to see her. But like those are
Damn.
moments, right? Those moments, like those are just moments, right? And like I don't be wanting to fuck up a forever thing for a temporary thing. Like,
Yeah.
if that
You
makes
better talk that
sense.
talk to him.
Like, if that makes sense.
Every
That's the
time you
reason
talk
people
about
say,
it.
yeah, nah, that's her title. My mama, she finna curse me out. I probably said something wrong. But yeah, I gotta go answer this. So that's my answer.
Yeah. Wayne says, make sure if you have a city vote or live in the city, you get out and vote tomorrow. Bars. All right, Ricky, what about you?
1 second. They get complacent. Like they feel like this is it for them. They feel like this is it for them. Like they're complacent. They comfortable there, even though they not happy with each other. It works. It's like, why not? I don't like you, but you finna pay half of this mortgage. Okay, we can suffer through this.
Oh my God.
I don't understand how people do
Yeah.
this. I be out, but people do this a lot. Like, I don't like you, but I'm used to you. They're complacent. Like they love it. Yeah, that's my answer.
All right, Stacy.
Damn, bro.
You in
Well,
trouble.
well,
Oops.
I was trying to say for comfort. So, basically, Ricky said it. So, hey, it is what it is for the moment. It's a comfort zone type thing, you know. So until they, find somebody else or get shaken, it is what it is. They're comfortable with each other.
All right, Tara. Hmm.
Um, I think it's out of fear a lot of times. Either the fear of being alone or the fear that once that person leaves them, they're gonna actually go somewhere and be happy and do better. And they would rather you stay with them and be miserable than to see you happy with somebody else.
Facts.
And also to piggyback with what she said, if it's like you think the grass is green on the other side, and then once you get out, you looking stupid. So you might as well just stay with what you got. So that part.
Blue said, I miss y'all.
I would say we miss you too, but I'd probably be lying. And
Oh
I'm
my
not
God.
telling people the
Not
truth.
already. Not already. All right. Next
What you
up.
got? That's my boy, Blue.
All right. Next up, it says your ex shows up at your doorstep, homeless, and asking to stay. How do you respond, Ricky? Mhm.
Oh,
It depends
Jesus.
on which ex it is.
That part.
Cause I got 5, almost 6 bedrooms right now. So it depends on which ex it is. And then we also need to discuss like how long are you planning on staying? Um, what is your goal? Like what is your contribution? Just because you homeless don't mean you don't have a job. So we need to discuss some boundaries. We need to discuss how long you're gonna be here, if you're contributing anything. It's some things that we need to discuss. And the most important part is what X is it?
Facts.
Um, with the X, it also depends on if I'm in a relationship or not. Because if I'm in a relationship, that shit's a no-go because my nigga not gonna be cool with it. And I don't know no nigga or no female that's gonna be like, yeah, your ex can live with you and y'all used to be humping. Ain't nobody
Right.
gonna be cool with that because it's gonna be a night where somebody gonna want to hump somebody.
Mm-mm.
Because I know all about
Mm-mm.
morning wood and I know about late night
Oh,
stand-ups. So I'm just saying that level of trust, I probably will never get there a day in my life. I'm not even gonna sit there and lie to you. I never fucking get there. But for the people that are comfortable with that, hey, salute to you, stupid. But
Right.
Hey,
it depends on which ex it is and how long they planning on staying, because you can't stay with me too long.
Marcia said, hey there, my good people. And she said, my ex would never. Boy, you are ex for a reason.
Listen, it's a lot of people that didn't work out relationship wise, but made great friends. I'm cool with a couple of my exes, and we're cool. Like that's like my brother now. All right, they could never be my brother, but that's the homie. I ain't sleep with my brothers, but that's the homie. Like I'm cool with that. But we were just terrible at being in a relationship with each other. But we were great friends.
All right, Tara.
I'm assuming that this question is talking about like my ex favorite coworker or my ex favorite teacher, because you can't be talking about nobody I was in a relationship with. There's zero way I'm letting any of my exes come and live with me. Specifically, too, for me, no, we're not doing it. No, and there are some that ended amicably, but I don't like them as people. And I just don't want that in my life. My house has to be the most peaceful place for me. Work be chaotic, outside be chaotic, friendships and family be chaotic. When I come here, I need to be at peace. So the answer is absolutely not for me. It's no.
All right, Stacy.
Do I have to answer this?
Yes, you gotta answer this.
Marcia said
Like,
that
okay,
part, Tara.
First off, you need to spell her name right. But go ahead.
Oh, she got a whole mad about that. Okay,
Listen,
look. Okay,
these people in
y'all.
that
I'm
Taurus,
not finna fight with the audience tonight. But listen, Ricky is hitting on what I would say. Like, if I'm in a relationship, it would just not. It would be a no go. But I do have some ex that I would probably let stay with me, just depending on how long. You can't stay too long. But if you like in need of like, let's say you're trying to, I don't know, the weekend or something. I don't know, but it can't be too long. I can't do it. Because never, um, I've never ended bad. Well, some of them. I have ex that I can say are still cool. You know what I'm saying? So we just didn't work out, and that's what it is.
All right,
you could
Louis.
put a tent in the backyard.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to hold no grudges against people, so I try not to be in that type of space. But I don't think that would be wise to do that. Only way I could see you probably doing something like that is if that person was probably in the space where they wasn't jamming with nobody, and you was in a space where you probably wasn't jamming with nobody, and y'all made a bid like it was a proposition and some stone. But I think that any type of situation like that is going to ultimately lead to you and that person being back somewhat in an intimate space. So either you might as well just say, this where I'm at, this where you at, let's like, let's see, let's see if we can be, in this space on some real type of time, or just don't do it at all, because it's gonna end up happening anyway. And then once it end up happening, it's just gonna be a whole bunch of confusion, because you ain't got nothing legislated as far as an understanding with that level of the game, and you just opened up to that level of the game. So if this person got an expectation and your expectation ain't what that person's expectation is, and y'all ain't on the same accord, it's gonna be a bad decision anyway. So I don't think that would be wise.
All right. Next topic. It says, does having multiple baby daddies devalue a woman? Go ahead and take this, Ricky.
I knew you was gonna ask me that dumb ass shit. That's like saying, does having multiple sex partners devalue you? It kind of comes with the territory. Does that mean that you don't make good decisions? You could have been married twice and had kids with both of your husbands. Does that mean that you're devalued now? Maybe to some
Value a
people.
woman for having multiple hooks. No, that's fine.
I'm just saying, because even though that's your husband and y'all are now divorced, that is now your baby's father. That's the child of your father. I don't have baby daddies. Like, that's crazy to me. I don't have them. That's them kids' peoples. I don't know what else to tell you.
What's wrong with you? That's hilarious.
That's them kids' peoples. Like, I don't know what to tell
She
you.
be saying that shit on her page too. I be
And
cracking up.
the other one, that's big cuz. So I'm confused. Like, I don't know what a baby daddy is in real life, because I don't have one. I got them kids people and big cuz. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. I don't think it devalues anybody because you can't really put a value on somebody because they have children with other people. This was pre you. You can't go back and unfuck them. You can't go back and unkid them. You can't do anything along those lines. Does that devalue you? That's like me saying that because you didn't graduate from Harvard, you're devalued. Like, that's stupid. That serves no purpose. And who the fuck is you to talk about what somebody else's value is? You better be, man. Listen, you better be in the 1% of people. Why you?
I understand this question. We could thank Kevin Samuels for this shit.
Okay, well, Kevin Samuels, RIP to that man.
Oh, I thought you did something else. Oh my God.
Something else, and I'm not. But the people that was trying to follow him that didn't have a clear understanding of what even the fuck he was trying to say. He was just trying to have people be accountable and realistic with their expectations, because you can't sit here talking about you want a 6-figure man and you make $10,000 a year. You got 15 damn kids and 9 different baby daddies. Like,
right.
You're probably never
Right.
See, but that's where the value comes in. That's exactly what we're talking about here.
Okay, but my thing is that's just a really, really unrealistic situation for a person to think that they're not offering anything and to think that somebody's going to come in and be Captain Save-A-Hole for all of your fucking million issues and kids. Like, that's just not realistic. I don't know what fairy tale or what romance novels they was listening to where it was the damsel in distress shit, but it's just not realistic. I personally don't think it values you. What I think is if you have multiple children with multiple deadbeat ass people, then your questioning comes in. My questioning would come into play as, do you make good decisions? Because at some point it has to be you. You have a poor choice in men. And when you have a poor choice in men, that means you don't make good decisions as far as having kids, who you're having them with. And that would make me feel like you don't make good decisions. I'm not saying it devalues you as a woman. It means that you don't make good decisions. So you probably want to reevaluate who you're giving the cookie to.
Marcia said multiple baby daddies just mean you didn't keep having kids with someone who didn't work out.
I ain't gonna agree with that. Listen, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it alone.
Hey, Jesus.
My mama has 10 children. It's 10 of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. 7 different men. She did not make good decisions when it came to her coochie. That does not mean that you keep having kids with different dudes. That means you're still not making good decisions. Because you've had all of these children with all of these different men, and yet you're still a single parent. You're not making good decisions.
All right, Louis.
Yeah, I would say pretty much it depends on who you asking, but from a man's standpoint, of course it does.
Absolutely.
Because you got to understand, if a man coming behind multiple men, that's multiple situations he gotta be willing to accept and deal with. Like, we can say whatever, women say whatever they want. I got this, but you can't control no another grown ass man and how he feel about the situation. So when it all gets said and done, what is value, right? We got to ask it, what is value? Value, like Ricky said, is when you look at a man, you're looking at from a man's standpoint, when you look at woman and you look at value, you're looking at a woman who can make smart decisions, right? That's what add value to you as a man, right? So if she's making unwise decisions on following through with these men that may not be with her, then as a man, you're looking at it like either she easy or she just don't pick the right man, or she toxic because she didn't keep the man in the space. So that's how you're going to evaluate.
Hey, Lloyd.
Yeah.
I still got a question for you. First, you said, yikes, 7 is crazy. And then she said, so a man with multiple baby mamas are devalued as well.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah. If he got 7, 8 kids out here and then you trying to have a kid with him, what you think? You know what I'm saying? You gonna be like, hell no, I'm not finna be the 8th or 9th baby mama.
Exactly, that point.
You know what I'm saying? Because now my child is gonna have to be deprived of certain things because he got 6 other kids that came before my child. And then if he don't take care of these, then 9 times 10, he might not take care of that. You feel what I'm saying? So it most definitely do devalue a man when he got all these damn kids out here. And it ain't no different for a woman, because that's the whole responsibility that you got to come into, because if a person gonna tell you, listen, then I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna be gone. They're gonna say this to you. Well, if you don't accept my kids, you don't accept me, right? So if I come in a situation and you got 6 kids, that means I got to come in a situation and say I might got 2 of my own. So now I got you.
Yeah, damn Brady
I
Bunch.
got 6 other kids that somebody else's kids that I have to embrace as mine because I accept this woman. And then I got my 2. So yes, it most definitely devalues the situation, because now that $100 got, instead of it going 2 or 3 ways, that motherfucker got to go 10 ways. So it's less value for everybody. Yeah, that's what I'm done with that.
All right, Tara, but she said, so how many is too many?
That
That
depends.
depends on the person.
Again, this is a subjective question. So
Yeah.
we're going to be talking in generalizations here. And I like what you said, Louis, all facts. So here's the thing. And I was a woman who was, look, I have 4 kids. I was even resigned myself to be like, this might be it. I'm cool. I had fun. I know what marriage was like, hated it. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna raise my kids. I'm living my life. I don't even care anymore. If something happened, to do. If it don't, okay. But if you're a single man or a single woman, speaking for both sides here, and you don't have any kids yet, to walk into a relationship with somebody with all those mouths to feed, all those responsibilities, you still free out here. You want to say, baby, come on, let's go to Jamaica for the weekend. They can't because they got 12 kids, or they can't because they got 2 kids, or I just got offered a job in DC and it's going to pay me $250,000, but your baby daddy say you can't leave because y'all got joint custody.
Facts.
So there is the devaluing in this, because it's not just you like it is just me. I'm this single person who hasn't done anything yet, doesn't have any baggage yet, and you got all of that. So you can tie me down, weigh me down, prevent me from wanting to do what I want to do. And let's say you do have a crazy baby daddy or a crazy baby mama. Now I gotta beat a bitch ass or get a restraining orders. My tires keep getting slashed. It's a lot that comes into play with that. On top of the fact that if you're single and you ain't got no kids yet, I don't want to be with a dude who got 8 kids by 8 different chicks. You nasty. You for the streets to me. That's just doing too much. So yeah, if you unless you are delusional, you have to understand, and maybe you just don't like the word devaluing. You have to understand that that's not the plug for somebody who don't have all of that going on. That ain't it.
All right, Stacy.
Don't nobody want no drama.
I don't want to deal with all them kids because the child support. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need you to, match my flow. For real. You could be, baby mama's looking for that, because I believe in a man taking care of his kids now.
Right.
So my thing is, I'm gonna need you to have at least money and some savings for the child support. I don't know what you're gonna do, but I don't deal with people with too many kids. So the question is, about the women. I don't know why they always want to put it on the women, because the men be out here with 10 and 12 kids and shit too. So
different. Ain't no difference
at that point. So I talk about the women and the men. Y'all know how I do. So yeah, it devalues all this shit because you limited. You can't move like you want to move, and all this. Then you be looking crazy. People want to talk about you. Then you got drama, baby mama drama, baby daddy drama. Don't nobody have time for none of that. So yeah, that part.
What them kids say?
Right, Tone Bone.
Yeah.
Tone Bone, you here?
He was cooking.
Um,
You over there dealing with kids now.
Look,
He trying to
having
read the
multiple
question.
baby daddies. It depend on how many multiple is. Uh, some bitches got 10 kids with 10 baby daddies. Look, the value is all in how you value yourself, right? So if you just giving yourself out here like that and letting guys like come inside of you, like, do you value your fucking self? Like,
talk that shit, Tom.
like, to where like if you just let niggas busting you, then fuck no. What the fuck? No. But not every woman that has multiple that's been in that situation have that mindset. So it's really about how the woman value herself. Period. Yo.
Okay.
All right. And we go to the next topic.
My husband had 4 kids. Damn. From his first wife. He had no money. Oh. But he loved me.
What more do you want from me?
It's a lot in black dating world, and I don't know if it's like this in the white dating world, but it's all about, are you high value? Are you an alpha male? Are you a beta male? What do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? It's gotten very superficial. They had this guy named Kevin Samuels.
Listen, man.
And he used to give this, you just tell women, you're too fat, you'll never get anybody.
Yeah.
It's become very adversarial, at least in some areas of the black community, but they're not looking for what we were looking for. They want value, and I wanted companionship. We do so much time on the internet now, you know, we are aggregating everybody else's angst by watching their sad stories, and then we're trying to prove a point, you know, well, I'm high value and I can get this guy and that guy. They're comparing what kind I got, how much, how good I got, how much money I got, how pretty I am, and, you know, is my guy an alpha guy, and I don't date guys with under $100,000. My husband had 4 kids from his first wife. He had no money, but he loved me. And look, I made more money now because I made a guy who made less than I did and was never going to make as much as I did. But he and I ended up doing quite well because he was the brother I needed.
That's a bar.
He couldn't have done it without me, and I couldn't have done it without him. That's when you've hit the jackpot.
That's a bar.
Hey, Tara.
I love her. Okay, so I will say this.
Wait.
I love her point of view. I love what she said. I respect it from top to bottom. That woman has aged so much since her husband has died. She misses that man. And anytime you see her she talks about that man being her everything. That kind of love, I think, whether somebody will admit it or not, is what everybody wants. That person that you get with that just completes you. Y'all get together, you're a whole person, they're a whole person. But when y'all get together, that's that magic. I saw a reel once where a dude said, his wife puts her arms around him and she becomes the cape and he becomes Superman. Now, come on. That man is saying he met the woman that completes him. In life, they gonna make it no matter what. So I like what she's saying, but I do also have to be realistic here. She had a lot of money before she met him. She was a judge. When you got 6 figures or maybe even millions in your bank, you are a little bit more resigned to not give a care because you know you can financially take care of y'all. Not every woman can afford to get with a broke dude. And I think that's the problem with the mindset. You asking him what he make first, you judging him based off of that, instead of saying, but does he treat me right? And does he love me? Does he have my back? Does he protect me? Am I doing those things for him? Because he may not have money when you met him. But if y'all are right for each other, you see what she said? We got together and we did quite well. He didn't have it when he got with me, but he got it afterwards because we complimented each other in every other way. I don't know how we're going to get the message across that it's okay to date a broke dude, though. That's not what these women want to hear. And as a woman who, until recently, was always made more money than the person I was with, I've always been down with, are you good for me? Versus what can you do for me? I can do for myself. But what can you add to me where we can be great together? So I do love her sentiment, but that's not going to fly with most people if we're going to be honest.
All right. Louis.
I love everything that she was saying. You know, I want to harness on the part of like people like I talk about all the materialistic and tangible aspects of the things.
Mute your phone, KJ.
But what she was saying to me, from my perspective, is, you know, by him not being in a certain type of position, as far as like having as much money as her, that allowed this person that she met and herself being where she was to be able to merge the two worlds, and then both of them was able to rise together to get to the next level and be the power couple for each other. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times women want to come into a situation with a ready-made situation. But what you don't understand is when you come in a ready-made situation, you really haven't earned shit that man got. So the way he looking at it, like, I'm cool with or without you, for real, because I was good before you came, and I'm gonna be good when you leave. But when you come with a man in a certain space and he's on his rise, then he's gonna have a different level of appreciation for this you rocking with him through that struggle. You know what I'm saying? If he a real solid dude, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about solid dude. I ain't talking about no fuck boys and all that. I'm talking about a solid dude, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it's the same way with a woman, like a man and a woman. You know what I'm saying? Even if a woman got money, if a man is a provider and a hustler, you know, he always gonna be looked to have to carry the load. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I want to say to my women, man. It's nothing in this world that a woman can't do that a man could do. You know what I'm saying? Now, a man might could lift more weight, or he probably has better precision when it comes to certain things. But you know, I don't look at a woman as somebody who's feeble and somebody who's like soft. Like she's soft in nature in her whatever. But I look at a woman as a queen, and the history of my black queens that I know. See, a lot of people don't know the history of black women and African American sisters. So they don't. So even the sisters don't even know. So I respect my sisters for being the queens that they are when they demonstrate their queendom. You know what I'm saying? But I respect what she's saying, and I feel like companionship is what you should seek to get both of y'all to y'all next level.
All right, Stacy.
Whew. Okay, so I'm just gonna go piggyback on what we said tonight. I guess the word is piggyback, but okay, I'm gonna talk about again. I wouldn't want a man with a lot of baby mamas and all this, the kids and things, but I think it's very good. I'm gonna say, or it would be. A woman wants companionship, just straight up. Like for real, it feels good to have that man next to you, cuddling you. Like let's say if you're at the movies and you're cuddling each other, you're wrapped around each other, baby. You're secure. We're together. You having fun. Even if the movie ain't good or whatever, baby, you make it feel like it's good or whatever because they got their arm around you, making you feel secure, all that type of shit. Or when you cold, they giving you their jacket and stuff. That shit is like the bomb. That's what women want. That's what women like. So like, and that's the thing. Like, I just think that's the bomb. So like, if you really don't have much, but you securing your space and secure with your woman and making her feel secure, that's the best thing ever. That part.
Ricky.
Yeah. I think that it's a beautiful thing, and this is the reason why I say accept people how they are. Right?
Yes.
I feel like most people, they be like, we're not equally yoked. You ain't supposed to be. This person's supposed to come with the stuff that you don't have, just like you're supposed to have the stuff that they don't have. That's what make y'all equally yoked. Not both of y'all the exact same way. That'll never work because y'all the exact same way. I feel like people get away from love. They be too focused on the money part of it, not the love part of it, which is the reason why I say I don't think it's nothing wrong with people that have big weddings, and I hate to use this as an example, but here we are. People use these big weddings, and I always say the wedding not for you. The wedding is for everybody else. Your marriage is for you, your husband, and whatever Lord or God or whatever you pray to, right? That's what you're doing it for. But people nowadays are doing it for the show of it, not for the love of it. Which is the reason why they're like courthouse marriages last longer than marriage. Big weddings, and I'm not here to debate the facts of which one lasts longer. I think it's all based on the people that are actually getting married. I think if people actually sat down and loved on each other and stopped focusing so much on the money aspect of it and work together as a team, as a unit, they would be exactly where they want to be. Not this person's jealous of this person because they're doing more, because she has more money, or he has more money, or he doesn't make 100,000 a year. She makes 40 and he makes 60. Y'all making 100,000 a year together. But if he's making 60 and you're making 40 and you're sitting up here talking about, well, you making 60, so you should do all of this. That's not how this works. Y'all work together. Y'all will get there. It's about elevating to the next level and loving on each other while y'all doing it. But if you sitting here focused on the financial aspect of it. I'm not saying that it's not important, because with the cost of living, y'all need to have more than one income, because it's hard out here for a single person. You might need to get you a few people to, make this work. I
Oh
don't know.
Lord. Oh, but you was on the road. Then you had to go there.
But first off, I
Lord,
gotta
out
be
I
here.
was with you 100,
time.
10 toes down.
I gotta be Ricky all the time. No, I'm just teasing though. I'm just saying. But if this person only got 25 and this person got 25, that's only 50. You're gonna need some more help. Just saying, they ain't gonna be able to make it. Um, no, but seriously, if people work together with this, life would be beautiful. Work together for the love of it, not for the financial part of it. Because when all of that is gone, can you still say that this person gonna be there? If this person was making 100,000 and now they can't, will you still be there? Or were you only there because they were making 100,000? We see these stories all the time. The husband was paying all the bills, and then all of a sudden he couldn't, and then the wife was putting the money to the side, and then she wouldn't help with the bills, so she left him. We see this type of shit all the time. All the time. She wasn't in the marriage for the marriage. She was in it because of what he was providing, which was the financial part for her. I need people to get into it because of the love of it. Because you love somebody. Go back. This is why I say this is one of the most fucked up generations I've ever seen in my life. And everybody's like, oh my God, how did we get here? We got here because we started with this McBull that we can do it all. Women and men. Everybody feel like everybody playing, everybody ain't nobody being genuine with none of the stuff that they're doing. People aren't being honest with the people that they're with, and they're not telling them the truth about stuff, and then they're out here looking for the stuff that they're not being truthful to the person that they with, and they sleeping next to every night, and they're going to tell this stuff to the other person. Go be with whoever makes you happy.
We just gonna take give Ricky 5 minutes each.
For real, Ricky be talking for 30 minutes
I was
every
just gonna
question.
call Ricky 5 minutes.
Every question.
Go ahead,
But
Tom.
Ricky, I have a question for Ricky real quick, because Ricky, you were the queen of saying, I married for love the first time. This time I'm doing it for money. This is so. Which one is it? Because that's what these people are doing right now.
Hey, first off, when I say that, I just be joking. I'm gonna marry for love every time I do it.
Okay.
So you misleading the people like the rappers do.
I'm not misleading shit. Listen, if y'all sitting up here worrying about what Ricky doing, Ricky can't be in your marriage with you. Don't be like Ricky.
Right.
No, I think it really is the part that people don't think love matters anymore. It's the money. We got to pay the bills. We got to do this. People don't care about love anymore. But why don't you realize that if you love somebody and they got your back, even if you lost your job or they lost your job, because you hold them up and hold them together, they gonna go get it again and probably be even better. Why is that not a scenario people run through their head?
These people are horrible. They care
Let's
about
find out.
themselves only. They're horrible.
Go ahead, Tom.
Hey, it's a beautiful thing to be in love and to you know what I'm saying, to be feel like a person love you, and then to love that person that love you. That's beautiful, right? But like, like love, like um for women, right? It love like that nigga that know you without that shit in your head. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
When you wake up with that, and that shit ain't on your face, that man that still look at you and say, "Baby, I love you."
Mm-hmm.
The man that see you in your natural state and still treat you as if you had all your glitz and glam on. You know what I'm saying? Like I want that experience, like pure
Talk
power.
that shit, Tom.
Like for every woman, like to feel that type of love. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Like straight up, cause it was a minute before I seen my joint hurt for real. You hear me? I ain't know her. I ain't know her forehead was that big.
Wow. See, and that's why these girls be out here doing what they be wearing. You play too
No,
much.
no, hey, I did it, and I said my jokes. I said my joke, but at the same time, I kissed her for it. Like, babe, I still love it. I love you. I just
I
like
love it with your
when I
big
took
ass
my shirt.
forehead.
Look, I took first take
Ask
my
that
shirt
big
off. She ain't,
forehead ass.
yeah, oh my mama, she ain't expect to see no gut. You hear me? She, a little nigga. My clothes fit me a certain way. She said, "What the fuck?" I said, "Yeah,
Yeah, got you
yeah."
too.
You know what I'm saying? But nah,
Crazy.
Rodney said facts, Tom.
Louis is
but
hilarious.
But it's just like even with me, I got my flaws and shit. Like I don't be in, like when I be in relationships, I don't be like taking my socks and shit. I don't take my socks. Motherfuckers don't see my feet. You hear me? My jug straight sting my feet. Like I'm like, oh. You looking at my feet? You hear me? Like,
Weirdo.
nah, sister, you don't know what's going
Everybody
on
live
over
in the
here.
Northwest.
Or when a nigga snore and you be like, shit.
Hey, she said I be snoring, ain't it? I don't believe it.
I bet.
You gotta record me. You hear me?
Right,
That's why you gotta
Nope.
put a video recording,
Oh,
not
I
no
got
tape recording.
facts. So I
man,
got
everybody snoring on the
recordings and
low,
everything.
man.
Hey, but nah, love is a person like, and it's a beautiful thing to always talk about the beautiful parts of love
Mm-hmm.
but true shit, fuck that. Like, love is there when all that shit is gone.
Right.
Yeah,
Not just the money. Fuck the money.
I understand on
It's
that.
like when everything is gone. When like you ain't got your back go out. You can't work like you used to. You can't move
facts.
how you used to. You can't speak how you have a stroke. Your body shut down. Anything in life can happen. You need to know somebody that this fuck like the money. A
That
lot of
person gonna
people
be there.
leave. A lot of people will stay there and oh baby, I can get the money. I can get the money. I can take care of us. I can take care of us. But what about some shit that they just can't take care of?
Right. Like
What if
if
Yeah,
you go to the hospital and you right there with them, like by their side, and just all that
but
shit.
yeah,
yeah, but it's just shit that like it's shit that a human being can't fix for you. Would that person still be there?
right.
Mm-hmm.
Like this motherfucker paralyzed or anything.
We
Yeah,
had that
plenty.
conversation. Some of y'all said y'all wouldn't stay. I ain't gonna
Hey,
name
hey,
nobody.
hey, I'm about to say that, Tara, because plenty
Hey,
motherfuckers just said they faking. You
Mm-hmm.
hear me? So,
Mm-hmm.
hey.
so, so, but the thing is that, but this is what love is. So when the
Look
thing
at
like
y'all with y'all
for,
5 minute answers.
hey, don't get mad at us because we're very articulate tonight.
Hey, Tony, that
I'm
was my
here.
question. That was my
Just
question. I
5 minutes
posed that
too
question,
late.
and I said I would stay. But like Louis, he was talking about, I'm gonna have to. She gonna have to
Lori
show
was like, hey, I love you, but I
somebody.
got to
You know
go.
what I'm talking about?
Hold on, what
Or
Yeah,
happened?
you
What
gonna have to let
happened?
me have a little side piece because I can't do this.
let me go to this next time.
KJ, what about KJ?
He ain't see the video. KJ
Oh,
got you on the next
Yeah,
round.
yeah. I've been waiting to jump in this, right?
You can speak on it if you want to. Go
What?
ahead.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Look, and I'm gonna give y'all the real. I'm 54. Been in a lot of relationships, married twice, divorced twice. Um, and where I think people mess up is they don't look at the relation. They look at the relationship, and it might be 5% of things messed up in the relationship, but they
Facts.
so focused on that 5% that they
Ain't looking
don't
at the
realize
right.
that the grade of the relationship is a 95 or even an 80. If you never got A's in school, if your relationship is an 80, you doing all right. Only 20% of the things that you don't like might not be in place. And another piece that comes that I don't think a lot of people realize is that when you date somebody with money, they got the money expectations. It's a lot of women want to be with a guy that's that makes a lot of money, owns a business, and is very smart. Well, guess what he expects from you?
Everything.
That same thing. He expects for you to be smart. He expects for you to be driven. He expect or you're going to be like a couple of weeks ago. We watched that episode of LL Cool J's wife,
Uh-huh.
and I was split on how she was saying that she stood by LL and it's cheating and everything. Now, if he wasn't LL, would you have stood there? In that type of relationship, I don't think she was trading money for, what she could have had out of a relationship.
I don't know
And
what she was looking at because she ain't say nothing about that man cheating. Don't be putting his stain on his name.
hold on. Then what was she why was she what was the problem with her staying with him
She
then?
said she don't. She said she was saying that she's not jealous of his fans, like when women
Right.
come
She's
up
not
and
jealous
argue.
of all the fans that LL Cool J licking his lips, six
Ooh,
pack
child.
is being with
She's
everywhere he
saying
goes.
that she had to check herself because of her insecurities.
About
So
what?
about her
These hoes, all of
About
her
him getting
husband
pussy
face.
in every town he went to.
her insecurities. It didn't have
About
nothing.
her
It's
girlfriend
sad that you
sleeping
was
with him.
projecting.
She was
About her
saying
sister
that he
sleeping with
was
him.
LL
Her
was
sister,
him. That's not
Her
what she.
cousin slept with LL.
Oh Jesus!
he
You
just out here
Her
saying stuff
friends
now.
slept
That's
with and
ridiculous.
AJ, what video?
That's that light
what
skin hate.
video was you looking at? Because that is not what was said.
KJ, what video was you?
KJ, I am not gonna sit here and let you slander that man.
Listen, that's that light skin hate. They can't help
So
themselves.
what we think was happening? What do we think LL was doing?
It didn't have nothing to do with what he was doing.
It got everything to do with that.
We shall we moving on to the next subject, lady?
As a sex symbol. He was saying it was hard for her to deal with that because of her insecurities.
Right.
It didn't have nothing to do with him doing anything. He was just being the handsome, sexy lip, long tongue person.
And Lord have mercy.
Regardless of what we know, that's all she was saying. That right.
That's all she was saying. She said,
but we know what was happening.
But
No,
we
don't.
We know.
You
Okay.
are speculating and lying on that
Yeah.
thing.
I'm glad
This
y'all
is not the
protecting
subject,
LL.
people.
Right, exactly.
Hold on, let's get back on track. Let's get back. All right, let me go to this next topic. Yeah.
Sometimes, bro, her anger ain't even anger. It's built up hurt. Because women don't just wake up angry. They slowly drown in ignored feelings until that emotion erupts. Like, she told you what she went through in the past, and you put her through it again. She defended you against every person that talked down on you. You proved them right. She rooted for you and told the world how she loved you, and you made her look like a fool because of it. But now she's a bad guy because she's not such a nice girl that you took for granted. The audacity. And I'm aware that anger can be destructive, but sometimes that's the last language left after her kindness got taken for weakness. And it's funny how all of a sudden you want to be so anti-destructive after doing all of these things that would eventually destroy her ability to trust you, herself, and anybody else that may want to love her. Like, that girl ruined her mental health to be with you a little longer. Yet you questioning her loyalty because she no longer takes your disrespect with a smile. No, the only thing you should be questioning is your character, because you took a girl that only wanted to love you, and in return you gave her a trauma that she now has to heal from.
And whoever the fuck don't like him, I like him. And he's speaking facts. He's speaking fucking facts. That's what's up.
He sure is speaking fucking facts about how he treated his wife. He a bitch ass dude who's sitting up here talking crazy. He did that to his wife.
Go ahead,
Okay,
Hey,
so
man, hey, hold on. Didn't dude get didn't he get exposed for cheating on his bitch?
Exactly. He did all that stuff to his wife.
Yes.
He did all that stuff to his wife.
We don't know what the wife's been doing. We don't know what the wife's been doing.
Is that him looking in the mirror talk?
Yeah, but we don't know what the wife's been doing.
I think he was looking in the mirror. I think that's exactly what he was looking at.
We say now that's funny. That's
and
funny.
A lot of them do be speaking facts about themselves, and that's what's up. Exactly. They keep speaking that shit because they know that's what they be doing.
Hold up, no, that nigga there.
Shit.
That nigga there is a vulture.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Who is
Lord.
it, man? Who the hell is
that part? We
That's a Derek Jackson dude.
Everybody, we got to get orders. Tone's turn. Go ahead.
I mean, I was talking first, but okay, Tone, go ahead.
I called on Tone.
Okay, go ahead.
Give it away, Tone.
Go ahead. When everybody else talk, you tell them to go ahead.
I just told everybody to be quiet. I didn't single you out. I said everybody. It's Tone's turn.
Go ahead, Tone.
Why she ain't listening to you, Lacey?
No, go ahead, Tone.
What is Lacey?
Go ahead, Tone.
Just reach your left hand out, Lacey.
Don't be telling him to hit up.
Left hand.
Left hand what? Maybe I'm in my own. That's one thing I got my own. This is my drill.
Oh my God.
That part.
Okay, go catch your Uber, and then when you get over there, Lace, knock on the door. And
Tone, hey, look, everybody, let Tone go. Let's get it. Go ahead, Tone.
Let's get it.
Hey, but nah, dude got exposed for cheating on his bitch. Dude. So look. First of all, that's some bitch ass shit to say. And then to sit there and say that anger is it may be the only thing. Like, hey, I get tired. I'm not saying that niggas ain't wrong, right? But if a nigga wrong, then a nigga wrong, right? There's nobody sitting there saying, oh, that man is right, even when he did wrong. Even men go like, oh yeah, you wrong. But a woman can be wrong all fucking day. Oh, well, it don't matter. What did he do to make her slash his car? What did he do to make her? Like, fuck all that. Like, to where if a motherfucker is ignorant enough to make a decision of busting windows or doing something that crazy to a dude after something was done, imagine what the fuck her attitude was before. Because nobody just turned crazy. Don't nobody just turn nutty. Motherfuckers is
Right.
crazy and nutty on the way up there. Like straight the fuck up.
But if they dealing with traumas, why would you edge on their traumas?
If you dealing with traumas, go get a psychiatrist. Go
That
get a
part.
ain't what you
And
tell a
I'm
man.
sure people got
But
therapists
ain't this
and
what women tell men?
psychiatrists. But I'm sure
Don't
people
women
got
tell
all
men
of
I ain't your
that.
therapist?
But if you know
Don't
that
women
your
tell men I ain't
person,
your therapist?
if you know your person
Don't
is
women
dealing
tell
with
men I ain't your
fucking
therapist?
traumas, then you gonna edge on their fucking
Don't
traumas.
women tell
Okay.
men I ain't your therapist?
Minister Tone, by you doing all that ain't gonna stop me from talking. And you know this.
I
You
just
know
answer the
this,
question.
man.
You can talk to me
You
all
know
day,
this,
but
man. So
you can talk. Answer the
so
question. Do women tell
did you
men I'm not your
understand what I
therapist?
said?
Right,
Don't
right.
fucking trigger her traumas. How about that?
And
If you know
don't
your
trigger
woman
his.
dealing with something,
Don't trigger
don't
his.
fucking
See, we
edge
can't
her
two wrongs
on.
don't make it right, Stacey. Though we
That
Like
can't
part,
do
straight
that
up.
though.
So
you're
hey,
right.
so
But if somebody know you
We
working on
gotta take
fucking traumas,
accountability. We
don't
have
do
to take
shit to
accountability.
edge on their traumas.
Everybody have to
nah,
take
man,
Well,
accountability.
okay.
look.
Okay, Tom, finish your thing. Go ahead.
So that mean if a man be nice, did that edge you to do the right thing?
Are you done? Are you
Why you
done?
not answering the
I'm
question though?
doing. I'm doing.
You
I
ready?
ain't think. I ain't think about
Wo-
that part. I ain't think about that part.
women tell men all the time that
I ain't think about that, Tom. I ain't
I
think about
know,
the nice
and
shit.
that be the problem.
That part.
That be the
You
problem.
right.
Women not
You right.
thinking.
You
They
right. You
just
telling the
feeling.
truth. You
They just
right.
feeling.
They just
I
I
can
feel.
feel
accept
away.
They
accountability.
just
You
feel.
right. You right.
I
They just
feel
feel.
away. So since
You
I
right.
feel away, nigga, it's the
It's
end of
what
the
it
earth
is.
for you.
Mm,
Cause I
yeah.
feel away.
That okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the end of the
You
earth
Got
for us.
convicted. You
You ain't
convicted,
lying.
Tom.
Cause
got
I'm and then later on when she think about it, damn, babe, I was wrong for doing this. But now you ain't out now you out your feelings. But you done disrespected this man, treated this man a certain way, did all this shit to this man. But he ain't supposed to
Neglected him and
react.
everything.
He supposed to take he supposed to take it. He supposed to take it. And then when you come and say sorry, okay, baby. What the fuck? What is that? You triggering him. He just may go bah.
that goes for
Then
both
boom.
sides. That goes
Oh,
both ways.
oh, how are you answering this question? That's not what that man was talking about at all.
Cause man, I got triggered.
Right. They tempted your
You
anxiety, right?
stupid. Okay.
I
Oh
got
my
triggered.
God.
Dude, but dude, I don't like men like that. Like I don't
Me
like
neither.
men like that. Like I'm not saying that it ain't niggas that's wrong. It's niggas that's wrong. But it's the way to
All
get that.
day.
It's a way as a man to give that advice to women. It's a way as a man
Yes.
to do certain things. Like to where they
Right,
sit there, why are you doing this? And then
right,
he making a message for women talking to men. If you're gonna address men, address men.
Right.
Don't speak to the man like women watching. Speak to the man in a way to where men
Exactly.
understand.
right,
Don't speak towards a woman's emotions talking to a man. Speak to a man's logic when when dealing with women.
right.
He's making
But
a video
he know
for
the women are watching. That's who his audience
right.
is.
That's
Exactly.
what he's doing it for. And
That's
that's
his
why I say he a
angle.
fucking vulture, man. Like straight up,
And
dude,
look,
fucked up.
hey, what's that? Ricochet said, didn't know people still listen to this guy. Go
Me
ahead,
Hey,
Louis.
neither.
thank you. Thank you.
Go ahead,
Well,
Louis.
Me
I
neither.
do. I do. Yeah, I do.
Go
How
ahead,
you
Louis.
doing,
Hey,
Ricochet? Whoever.
Yeah.
I do.
I
Mhm.
mean, like this, you know, them type of dudes be lame as hell to me, man.
Right,
Like I don't like if, I agree 100 wholeheartedly with what Tom said. Like if you a man, like if you sincerely care for these women and you want to outreach to the man, you give a message to a man. You feel me? I don't like niggas that just dog women out. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that neither. So it ain't just a one-sided thing. I like a person to be transparent. You know what I'm saying? To give it from both perspectives so I can get a full understanding from my perspective. You feel what I'm saying? Don't make a conclusion for me, because if you making a conclusion for me, that means you got an angle on what you're trying to say. Just give me the knowledge and the truth and the wisdom of what you know, and then allow from both perspectives, and then you allow my heart to make the decision that it needs to make. But when people usually talking away like that, they usually got a serpent tongue, because everything that they say, 9 times out of 10, God gonna make that happen to themselves before they can walk on, because you got to be careful of what you say. You can't. That's why most people that wise, they don't try to say certain things, because you got to be careful, because the same things you say out of your mouth gotta make you chew those same words. You feel what I'm saying? So when people be talking like that, like, nah, man, you're gonna talk to a queen, You talk to a queen like a queen, and you tell her to build herself. If you talking to a man, you talk to a king, and you talk to him to better himself. But you don't point the finger and you don't beat the next person up. That's not healthy communication.
So I like that, Louis, and I'm going to say this. I wholeheartedly, I listen to him, but I only listen to him to hear him because I feel like he has done all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's able to tell the women this shit, because he has been toxic. He has been doing all this shit to his wife and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I get
Not that y'all should be listening to him, because I deal with a lot of men that want to try to tell me about my man, trying to dirty Mac and all this stuff, whatever y'all want to call it. And it's like, wow, that's your own family, or that's your own friend. Trying to, that's a lot that goes on out here, but you got to take it with a grain of salt. I can't just because I'm listening to him. It's not like I trust him, or I'm feeling what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? So it's what you go for, what you know. But hey, and I just feel like this. He's done whatever he's done to his wife and all this, and I know that he's able to talk about all this shit because he's been that one. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at the shit. Not saying that he's the loyal right man or whatever. Hey, they got their own stuff going on. There's a lot of pastors and preachers and shit that I don't listen to, and I gotta take what I know for what I know. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just because I'm listening to them don't mean I'm gonna go with what they're talking about or whatever. You got what I'm saying? So no. But I really like what you just said, Louis, for real. But there's a lot of men out here that ain't right. There's a lot of women out here that ain't right. So
we all just try to get best advice to each other.
And this is Tara answering for Tara. So this dude is a punk ass simp. And he is disingenuous, and nothing that comes out of his mouth would I ever believe. The layers of bullshit that he put his wife through was something I'd never seen before in my life. And I know a lot of Black women I heard dealing with men who don't treat them right. These women are hurting. You can see it. They're saying it. They're crying out for help. And these niggas are straight up ignoring them. And they are the type of nigga that he is. So to me, he has put so much toxic shit out there and lost his base, then now he want to come around and start saying what you shouldn't do, and we watched him do it. It doesn't relate for me. This is the right message, because I actually agree with what he said. It's just the wrong messenger. You can't tell me this. You need to sit down and shut up talking to me. I need you, and that's exactly what Louis and Tone said. You need to address the message to me as a woman if you're talking to me. But he was talking to men, so the conversation would be different. You're not going to sit up there with your homies and talk like that. It's not what men do when they together. So for me, you can get somebody else to tell me that, just not that dude. Never.
All right, Ricky.
In retrospect, I forgot what he said, but I kind of remember it a little bit. I'm not a fan of his. I never watched his content prior to him popping out with all them chicks that he was cheating on his wife with. And this goes back to the thing that I've been saying for the last few weeks. Everybody always say this about the message. Shit, couldn't fool me, because the messenger has a big part in it. Ain't nobody really listening to him on that scale because of all of the bullshit that he's done.
Right.
I do agree that the anger can be misplaced because of all of the compassion and all of the mental stuff that she's went through trying to make it work and do all of this. But this is the same story that we've been hearing over and over and over again, not just for women, but also for men that go through a lot of mental abuse, verbal abuse from women, and physical. We see this shit is like escalating more and more, like it's being talked about more and more. Like men are like, I'm being abused, and motherfuckers are like, oh my God, you're lying. And now it's videos, they recording these helpers actually doing this shit, and people are like, I would never do that. Oh my God. With him, listen, for anybody, fuck him. For anybody. If you're in a relationship and you're unhappy and it's not working and you feel like you've done everything that you can possibly do, please leave for your own mental. If you continue to stay and allow a person to mistreat you, misuse you, to do you dirty, you deserve it at this point, because now it's a choice. And every day that you make that choice to be with that person, you're making that choice that you're going to allow these things. If you don't like a situation, if it's something that you don't like in your life, change it, because the only person that can change it is you. Can't nobody else change you for you other than you. It's that simple.
All right, KJ.
Boy. So, like I said, I'm gonna take away the messenger.
But I love her, Ricky.
You know, I'm gonna take away the messenger, and I'm gonna be honest. You know, my first marriage. A lot of us are not raised to be husbands. You know, we're raised to be. We're taught. You know, hey, this is what a man is, and a man in our community has a bunch of women. We're not raised by our brothers and uncles. You know, I think before I told you, you know, I had an uncle that told me he wanted me to be with all the women because that's what he was doing. You know, he didn't say be faithful to one woman or talk about this. And I will admit right now, that's what ruined my first marriage. You know, is that I thought being married was me just paying the bills. I'm paying the bills. It don't matter how many side pieces I got. And it came to a point where she turned. You know, she wasn't a sweet little girl because I got to look back and be honest. You know, because now I have daughters. You know, I have one daughter that's 32. You know, she's been divorced. I got, you know, a daughter that's 25, and the young men that they would date, you know, I've tried to have conversations with them because nobody else had that conversation with me about trying to be a good man, or part of that is being faithful and not turning your woman into something. You know, and where, you know, yeah, I was mad. You know, looking back now, I can say, you know, I played a part in that. Her friends was coming to her, telling her about me. Her, you know, dudes, like you said, you know, dudes side, you know, side. I ain't had no friends because every dude was trying to be like, guess what? I saw Kay doing this. I saw Kay doing that. You know, and eventually she fell for it. She started messing around. And then, of course, when she started messing around, then I started being like, oh, we need to be better with each other. You know, now I can say that men can change. You know, during my whole second marriage, never cheated, was monogamous the whole time. Cheating was never an issue. You know, but you know, our problem.
And where did that get you, sir?
Yeah, it got me divorced the second time too.
Bing!
Over money.
Look, he did not get divorced because he didn't cheat. Stop playing with me.
Right. I didn't cheat, but I lost some money. You know, I lost some money, and when I saw the change, when my financial situation changed, I checked out because I was like, oh, she only here for this. You know, when I rebuilt myself, she wasn't included in the rebuilding. You know, so I'm trying to be honest there, leaving a message, ladies. I get where you're coming from because he is saying, you know how a good girl turned bad. You know, and women don't have the physical ability to fight, so they got to mess with us mentally. This how they
Excuse me?
get it.
Shit, I did not playing niggas out. What are you talking about?
KJ, I don't have the physical ability to fight.
Right. That's
what I'm saying. Stop lying.
I got iron for it.
What do you say? Oh no, you don't know me like that.
And being a piece of shit ass person, man, I don't give a fuck who you is, male or female. You always be the best version of yourself. If that motherfucker ain't acting right, then move the fuck on. Ain't no reason to downgrade yourself or to go into a negative space or your negative self because a person ain't on the same level as you. Keep it moving and find your energy. And that's the best advice that you can give to a woman or a man.
Right. Yeah, you got to be taught that, like you're saying, you got to be taught that, you know, women told to stay in relationships. I don't know how many of her friends told her to stay with me, you know, and I might have slept with them. They was like, no, you need to stay with him.
Wow, this guy.
You slept with him and they tell him you better not leave him. With her friends and they telling her to stay there so that they can still have that same access to you. It didn't have nothing to do with her. It was so that they can. Those are not her friends because my friends.
Exactly.
Right.
Are we still talking about Derrick Jackson?
And KJ, you was just an ass dude because ain't no way that you over here with
An ass dude is hilarious.
You've got to the next topic, Next topic. Let's get it.
Men have always been the prize. Women, no, let me hold on. Let me finish. But as for this conversation, I will admit I am one of the few people who did not know who Simone Biles was until this situation. However, I want to say something, and I know some of y'all might feel away, get mad at me. Men have always been the prize. Women, no, let me hold on. Let me finish because I'm not. Let me finish. Men have always been the prize. And I'm going to explain what I'm saying. Women marry who they can, men marry who they want. You can get offended by the statement, but if you really sit down and you think about it and you be honest with yourself, that is a very valid statement. Also, not only that, but by him saying that he is the prize, that does not make her not a prize. I myself am raising a young man. I'm raising my son is 7 years old. He is a miniature Einstein. He has manners his manners are beyond most adults that I've ever met. His style of dress, his respect of himself as well as others. I'm instilling in him his faith, his spiritualness. I'm instilling in my son to be a prize, especially with these days, the way that women are raising these young girls. And it's unfortunate, but and also the numbers. It's always been since the beginning of time. Women will fight over a man, you know what I'm saying? But they'll accept. But at the same time, they're going to accept, like back in the traditional days, that as long as the house is taken care of and he pays all the bills, he can have those 2-3 families up the street. You know what I'm saying? Men have always been the prize. We have gotten to a point where we disrespect our men so much. I worry so much about what the world is going to look like when my son becomes of age to date and to court and to marry, because I will never let any of your daughters tell my son that he is not the prize. That will never be a thing. And if you have sons, nephews, whatever the godchildren, you should not ever tell your son, oh, she is a. Do you guys see what type of young girls are being raised? So you're telling these young girls that they're a prize over the son that you're putting your time, that you're actually the man who's supposed to be the provider that you guys are looking for, the man who's supposed to be the protector that you guys are looking for, and you just want to sit back and live a soft life. He's not the prize. That will never make sense to me. And I'll leave it there.
All right, Tara, go ahead.
Ooh,
Hey, facts. What we talking about? So here go the thing. I don't like the fact that we're even using these terms because it's hurtful to women. Because women are very important. Like y'all can't have the kids, and when y'all get hurt by the world, we have to heal y'all. So everybody's a prize if you're a good man and you're a good woman. But when you just again generalizations, when you just want to look at it, yes, the men were. I'm gonna go back with the older days because these niggas out here now are trash. But when you are looking at dudes that are in their 40s and up who were raised right, that's where you're gonna get your wisdom from. That's where you go. Those are the men who know they're supposed to take care of home. They know they're supposed to be a protector. They're not trying to live off a woman. Most of them. I know you got some that still will, but they grew up being taught you go and get you a wife. You have kids. You take care of all of them and you provide. Why do you think when the welfare system was set up, it was to attack the man? Because they knew they were the prize. That's the strength. That's the king. That's the cover. That's the protection. So yes, in the way that they're talking about this, the men have always been the prize. And we compliment that prize. And you know what happens when the prize chooses you? You become a prize. So but this conversation is still going to come across degrading to women who have too much pride, too much mouth. They can never accept something like this. And then that's how you can easily weed those out and know who definitely will probably never be a prize. But I wish we could get away from doing this divisive stuff where we have to separate it. But actually, we're going to have to stick in it because women don't know their place anymore. Men don't either. But if you have women, again, who will lead, if we were raised right and we were taught how to behave, how to treat our men, a lot more of them would be okay. A lot more of them would be okay than what they are now.
All right, KJ.
I think we're touching on something that if you're listening, you know, I think everybody needs training. Everybody needs coaching. Yep. And I think when we become adults, you know, we're so grown that we don't realize that, you know, Michael Jordan had a coach. You know, the people we love that we think are the greatest people in their environment, they have coaches, and we don't re-educate ourselves. You know, we don't learn how to be better spouses. We don't research how to be, you know, better wives, and we don't research how to be better husbands. And we pick up these bad habits. You know, we're learning what we saw. You know, we were raised by somebody, you know, that was raised by somebody. You know, my mother was born in 1934 and grew up in Germany in World War II. She doesn't show me much emotion. She saw people die all the time. You know, she didn't raise me as a little, let me hug you and love you, little boy. You know, she was like, get out there and do stuff. You know, and you know, when I got into a relationship, you know, I thought, okay, you know, I just It doesn't take emotion. It just takes action. So I think if you're interested in having successful relationships, you're gonna treat it just like you would if you was trying to be great at basketball. You're gonna practice. You're gonna research. You're gonna look at what works, what doesn't, and that's how you end up with a better relationship. And just admitting that we don't know what we don't know, and admitting that you were taught things. Some of the things you think you know is because somebody said it. And Tara brought up about, I'll say this: it's hard for a woman to be in her place when the man doesn't create a space for her to be feminine, to be confident, to be relaxed. There's a thing called the Maslow's hierarchy of
That ain't
needs.
your man. Then you shouldn't be with him.
Well, and this is right, because he doesn't know. He
That's
doesn't know
just
what to
another
do.
person. That's just a male beside you.
Right. And he doesn't know. He can love you, but might not know the best ways. Just like I said, I love my first wife. I loved her, but I didn't know how to treat her. You know what I'm saying? So we and those things, if we're trying to improve, we gotta know yourself to seek self-improvement. I'll stop there.
And KJ, just to add to what KJ said real quick, when you say you gotta be worthy of coaching or acceptable, responsible, or what am I looking at? You gotta be willing and open to be coached. Let your person be your coach. They are the best person to tell you how they want to be treated, how they need to be treated. Listen to her when she say you're hurting me. Listen to him when he says I feel disrespected. You ain't got to go outside your house to learn this.
Facts. Talk that shit, Tara.
Man, Tom.
You goddamn right I'm the prize.
That's right.
Yes,
Talk
you
that
are.
shit, King.
Go on, King.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Nah, but see, it's the thing. It's not just like any male can be whatever, right? It's how you handle business. It's how you take care of the family. It's how you lead your household. The man being the prize thing, it just goes back to like the head of household. How God ordained things to be. Now looking at it from a woman's perspective, I definitely like if a woman, independent women, they've grown to take care of themselves and known that that's all they know. Who the fuck would want to willingly become number two in their own something that they've established, right? Like I get it. It's a hell of a like thing, but a queen can't make a king.
She
No.
make every last one of
them. What?
We give birth to them.
I'm
You
born a
motherfuckers.
king.
No, hold on, stop.
Hey, listen, if I
No,
got a black queen,
no, stop,
every queen,
bro.
so
Listen
every
to what I'm
woman
saying
is a
before you
queen in
start
my eyes.
speaking, bro. No,
I
stop.
don't care
Y'all
what
jumping
you're
too
talking about. And
soon.
if I fuck, I'm a queen.
Let
I
Tom
am
get
a
his,
queen. I am a
let Tom
king.
get his issue
You
out.
jumping too soon. We don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. Like, chill out.
I
You
know
don't
exactly
what
what
I'm
I'm talking about, though.
But you don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm the
You
one that's
made a
talking. So how
statement.
can you put?
I responded to your
Dude,
statement.
but you don't understand what I'm saying, though.
What you saying, man?
Let me speak. Stop speaking.
I'm gonna speak because you speak.
Come on,
Hey,
yeah,
shut
come
the fuck
on,
up.
yeah,
Like,
come on,
dude,
come on,
what the
come on,
fuck?
come
Come
on.
on, fellas.
You make
Yeah,
comments
come
when I
on,
say
yeah,
something.
go
And
ahead.
Oh,
everybody
come
else say
on.
something.
What you saying,
That's
Dude.
Tom?
part of the show.
A queen, a actual queen, like the Queen of England. If she marries a guy, he's not a
I don't go
king.
off that shit.
But what I don't give a fuck.
Come
I
on,
don't go
yeah,
off
come
that, bro.
on, let's get it. Come on, Tom, let Tom get his
Tom,
issue
come
out.
on.
Go ahead, Tom.
Hey, bro, ignorance is bliss. You hear me?
All that.
Come on, Tom.
No, I'm good, bro. I'm vexed, like for real. Like that shit is just ignorant.
My boy said he vexed. God damn, use your $7 word, cuz. I like that.
What you try to say, Tom?
I ain't trying to say it.
Look,
I ain't
I
trying to
think
say
what
shit.
Tom was trying to say, a queen can't make it. He was just saying she can't basically teach him how to be a man. You know what I'm saying?
I know that terminology, but that's not what I'm talking about.
But that's all what Tom was trying to,
And I understand
like
that, but
a
I was
king is
responding
a
to what he was
king.
saying.
A woman can't teach him how to be a
Is
king.
that what you were saying, Tom? What was you saying, Tom? I want to hear this.
Nah, I wasn't saying shit.
Tom, what was you saying? I want to hear what you were saying.
Let's let him calm down a
No,
little
get out
bit.
your feelings and say what the fuck you saying.
It ain't about it's not being in my feelings, bro. Just trying to restrain
I
myself.
know. I want to go. I want to hear what you got.
Mm.
Where you going with this? What you saying?
Yeah, the people want to hear it, so we need to hear what you was going with.
Dude,
Man,
At the
basically.
tone.
motherfuckers say a lot of shit I don't like, but I sit there and listen. It's a part of
Dude,
the
hey,
show,
who the
Tone,
man.
fuck you are? Who
All that
boning
is
and
Tone,
your
what
stupid
were
with
you
dumbass
people, bro?
saying
It
saying?
and
don't
you
matter what
talking
you
about
do,
the
bro.
conversation, man.
It don't
Hey,
matter,
listen,
bro.
You
y'all.
It
ain't
Look,
gonna
don't
you
y'all.
ain't
Hey,
gonna
matter.
be able to
listen.
comment to it.
Listen,
You
y'all.
gotta
King,
say
None of
something
that
King,
though.
matter,
can
Listen,
we
y'all.
bro.
calm it down,
Listen,
sir?
listen,
Please.
Damn.
y'all. This is why we should talk with other people's terms here,
Yeah.
because this is the type of things that happen, y'all. That's why I say respect each other's
Yeah.
top when it's
Opinion.
your turn, you can speak.
Respect each other's opinion.
Yeah.
Tone, I'm trying to hear what you were saying. Where were you going with this? I'm listening.
So where, like, but basically, when I speak, it's not about a literal king or queen, and like even that shit. Oh, I'm a king, I'm a queen. All that shit is words. That shit. It don't mean shit for real. To where the thing is, a queen can't make a king. Once Queen Elizabeth marries somebody, he's still a prince. Like he can't take over. Like you gotta be that shit. Gotta be born. You gotta be in bloodline type shit. Like to where what I'm saying is going back to what you said. A king is born. He's not made. To where the thing is, that's what makes the man a prize because he's born. He's born with that in his blood. He's born to lead. He's born to protect and do all that other shit. When women and they're born to protect women, the family, the household, all that God stand for. Like we're the first thing. So the thing is, if you got a weak ass man leading you because you got money or whatever it is it true? Like, can you say your man is the prize? But there's a lot more men that's born that way than women, basically, bro. That's why you got concubines and wives.
Mm.
Teresa Maria, she said the man that is a prize acts like the prize and treats his woman as the prize, and in turn the woman does the same for her man. When one forgets the other is the prize, that's when things fall apart. Great,
Absolutely. I love that.
Stacy.
Oh. Whew, Lord. Voice y'all talking about. No, I'm kidding. So what I'm gonna say is listen, um, y'all know I be speaking for the women and the man. That's me. I just feel like we all the prize. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like the men are the prize, and once you have the prize, you get your woman, she's the prize too. So both of y'all the fucking prize, and but you should treat her as such. A lot of these men, forget that they have their prize on their arm, or not on their arm, but on the side, and then they don't put them on their arm. You know what I'm saying? Know that your woman is your fucking prize too if you want to be treated like the prize. That's all I got to say.
All
That
right,
part.
Louis.
First and foremost, I don't see him, but I got nothing but love for Tone. I respect pretty much everything he say for the most part. But I do disagree with what he said. And that's what I stand on. Because I got my own perspective because I'm my own man. I feel as though every woman that breathes life is a queen in my eyes, especially my black sisters, my African Americans. That's my opinion. I feel like every man is a king because he had to win that race to get out of that. They got out of that sperm to get in that egg. So I feel like you was born the king. I feel like it's the elements of your environment, the way you was raised or not raised, that get you out of that hair that you naturally are born into, just because of who you are and being able to create life in itself in the world that you live in. So that's what make you a king, because you can create a kingdom. You have every man is a king of his nation. Your kids and everything up under you, your woman and everything up under you is a part of that nation, and you should carry it as such. Now, why I say that a man is a prize is because when a man is at his best, that means that he's providing, he's protecting, and he's producing for his woman and his family, and she don't have to stress all that bullshit of the world. So that's why a man is a prize. Ain't no man on this earth that's a real man gonna ever say, "I'ma be, I'm the king, but I'm gonna let my woman take care of me for the rest of my life and do this and do this. I'm gonna just be cool." That ain't the aim of a man. But for most women, it's the aim for a woman to have a man to be able to make sure that she's secure on all fronts, financially, emotionally, and all of that. So that's why I say the man's a prize. But a man that's a king is only gonna get somebody that's his perfect opposite, which is his queen. So just because you a prize as a king doesn't negate the woman being the prize as a queen. But I do feel like every king is born and they made into something else. You just, like the brother KJ said, you just have to be trained and nourished properly to stand into your own truth of self. And that's all I got to say.
Ricky, did you go? I don't remember. I done lost.
Ricky never went. I just let you
Ricky.
off.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna just keep it simple. The prize is whoever the hell taking care of all the bills in the household. That's who the prize is, man or woman. I don't really care how y'all try to fight shit. Let's keep this shit a buck. You can't come in my house talking about you the prize and I'm doing everything. That you not the prize. You a guest.
I'd be lying if I didn't say Ricky's answers are my favorite part of the show. I ain't even gonna lie, man.
Nah, for real. Like, the prize is whoever taking care of everything. That's the prize. I don't care who it is. I think we are all prizes at the end of the day. You know what they say? One man's trash is another man's treasure. So you're the prize to somebody, just not me. Everybody's the prize. Okay? Mentality, you're going to be great out here. You are the prize. Go around, say it loud and proud. I am the prize. What she say on Hustle and Flow? I'm in charge. You the prize. Say it with your chest.
All right, man, let me go to this next topic.
Do women truly want men to lead, or do they want to control how he leads?
Most women want women out of men because that's what they relate to the best.
Wait,
and most men want men out of women because that's what they relate to the best. Unfortunately, most women that are unaware or entitled women, the way that they want their men to show up is how they would want them to show up because they haven't released control because they're actually still very much inside of their masculine. So as an example, and oftentimes men pull women out of their feminine into their masculine, and women want to pull men out of their masculine into their feminine. They want them to feel, they want to know all of the things because femininity ultimately is always testing for, do you love me? Do you appreciate me? Are you here? Are you present? It's all a test. A perfect example of, let's say, a man and a woman. Femininity does not keep track of anything. Femininity very much lives in the now. Masculinity lives based off of the track, right? What has been said or done in the past. So as an example, let's say that a man wants to lead and he's been doing a perfect job at leading. But the moment that he's not able to do that, she's like, oh my God, does he love me? Am I safe? What's going to happen? What's going on? We're disconnected. All of these things are happening because she feels the now. Whereas he is very much like, I've been paying every bill. I've been showing up powerfully, but something happened and now there's a change. Look at my track record. And so what happens is he gets upset with her because he's like, don't you see all the stuff that I've done in the past? Instead of meeting her where she's at. True leadership is able to see that feminine energy is overreacting and saying, baby, I can understand that this is scary right now. And I'm really sorry that you feel that way. And I'm going to figure this out. But this is what has to happen right now. So instead of now, when you say, don't you see that I did the whatever? Now you're pulling her into her masculine. Oh, well, no, I don't see it. And I don't want to hear about before. I want to hear about right now. So I think when people understand that femininity lives in the now and masculinity almost lives via track record, both are trying to pull each other into something that they're not. So most women say that they want their man to lead, but don't feel comfortable to give it to him. That's just the reality for most people. Yeah. Men want women to be logical. Women want their men to be emotional. Right. And that goes against the nature of who we are. Of course. Honestly, for me, I feel like I'm far more logical than I am emotional, which is why I don't take things personal. Femininity takes things personal because everything is in the now. You said you were going to pick up the kids, and now I have to go pick up the kids and get dinner. It's like, dang, I'm taking everything personal. Logic says, you know what? You forgot. I understand that you forgot. It's not your fault. You've had a long day. I've had a long day. I'm frustrated. You're frustrated. Let's make it better together. But most women are not logical. They're emotional. Right. We're wired that way.
Ooh, can I go first?
Go ahead, Ricky. I was going to call.
I 100% agree with her on it. When I say 100% agree, I'm not even going to indulge into the why I feel like that. I just 100% agree exactly how she said it. That's exactly how it is. And this is the reason why I hate when people say that I'm way masculine, because I think logically. And when I say that I accept people for how they are in that moment, people look at me crazy. I'm like, I'm not here to try to change you. I accept you for how you are in that moment. And I love that she put it into those words, because that's some shit Tara would have said. And that is not how Ricky would have wrapped that bitch up at all.
That shows something terrible to say.
That's 100%. It made me think of something Sarah would have said, and that is not the way Ricky would have wrapped it up. So I'm gonna leave it at that and not give a Ricky answer and let y'all have this one. But I agree wholeheartedly with her.
Go ahead, Louis.
Yeah, I feel I'm glad she put it like that, because she kind of like cut all the fact, like she said it long, but she really made sense of what she was saying. I think that's a big problem with most relationships, that we really don't understand each other. And by us not understanding each other and wanting the other person to feel or see things or perceive things or think about things the way that we do, and we got to understand certain things. It can be trained and taught, and then certain things you got to understand the nature of the individual. So if you got a woman, that she's going to be more in her feelings about certain things, so you got to feel those feelings. You can't think about it, because it's not a logical thing. You got to be in tune with her to understand how she feel about certain things. That way you can better suit those emotions that she have. But she also have to understand too that you're more logical. So the things that she's taking personal, you might not even be looking at it like that. You just probably looking at it from a man's perspective, like, dang, this is just whatever. And she's taking it like you don't care, or that you not attentive, or you don't love her no more. And it ain't even got nothing to do with that. She went all the way off left field. So I think, like they say, you got to have a balance with the two to be able to have a successful relationship with someone.
All right, Tara.
Thank you, Louis and Ricky. So here's the thing for me. I love what she said, and somebody please send me that video, because I need my notebook and a pencil, write a couple things down. But the thing that spoke to me the most in that is the part about the man coming into the feminine energy with the woman. When you get hype with me and you start acting like me, and I'm not saying it's okay that we get overly emotional, but it is a feminine trait. It's a long-standing, traditional, historical thing. When you come into feminine energy with me, you getting loud, you huffing and puffing. I don't think that men understand how they can throw us out of sorts, because I really grew up with me and my cousins, my granddads and things like that, who were very stoic. And when women got hype around them, could talk to you like that, talking to my grandmother, babe, calm down. It's not that serious. Wrap his arms around her. I got you. Have I ever let you down? No. But now you got dudes who want to come and raise their voices too. And instead of thinking to calm you, they want to get hype with you. So now I feel like I have to revert out of, or, get out of my feminine energy and become the masculine, logical one. And that's when we get to saying, this nigga weak, this nigga soft, because he acting like how we would act. And I don't feel comfortable or safe anymore. Because what's going to happen when the world turns that way? Are you going to also turn into that feminine energy with another dude, or in a situation where you need to man up? And then he gets mad when you say, I feel like you're in your feminine energy. You can't say that to a man. So then once you get out of sorts and both of y'all are in that feminine energy, what do? Because with me being a woman who loves to feel safe and nurtured, when you come at me crazy, now you're the enemy. And now whatever you say to me is a personal attack. Because like she said, I'm in my feminine energy. I'm in the now. And I don't even know how you reverse that when you do it. We really need our men to know how to talk to us, to know how to treat us, so we feel safe. And once we get that level of safety, we really stop jumping into that feminine now like that. We start to pick up on his traits, not saying we become masculine. We get calmer. We go to him and say, baby, I'm scared. What? Like, I thought you said this. Is that what you meant? Instead of, nigga, I know you ain't talking to me like that. You know what I'm saying? We learn from them. And so you got to be willing to teach us, so you can't become us. So, but I did love it. And I'm serious. Send me that video.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Stacey.
I just feel like everybody, men and women, need some, like KJ was saying, some training, some teaching, all that, because we've really lost ourselves. I'm going to say this. I would love for my man, I kind of missed some of the video because I had to take a call, but I'm going to say she spoke on leading. If we love for our men to lead, I would love for my man to be a leader and to lead me, as long as I'm right there with him, leading the way as well. You know what I'm saying? We're working together. And I also would love for my man to not meet my energy, but to express his, you know what I'm saying? And love for him to listen to me as well. You know, we express our feelings or our emotions with each other. You know, I just think that's just how the world should work, you know, or get to it, you know, because not getting back to it, because I ain't never really seen it, you know, without, I guess if you've dealt with like traumas and different things and you haven't been really taught the right way, you do need some teaching and you need to learn how to tap into all of that. So that part.
All right. Talking about
What they said.
Chef Bone.
Oh Lord. Tone.
All right, KJ. Teresa said facts terror when you speaking.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Tara touched on something that I've been talking about for a while, and I think you can see the example of the feminine boy when they're raised by a single mom. You know, we got boys with no men around. You know, they're raised by a single mom. The adult that they see has that feminine energy, so they grow up thinking that that's how they're supposed to express themselves as adults, is that feminine energy. You know, that's one thing that you may run into. You know, if that young man has only seen his mother as the adult, that is how he is going to respond. The same thing with women. You know, Tara brought up a good point, and you know, everybody's bringing up, you know, great points. You know, the you know, there's a term called emotional IQ, you know, that you can work on. You can become more. You can come.
KJ just said there's a term called emotional IQ. Let's get it.
You know, you can make yourself better as men, and like, you know, Ricky said, you know, as men too. You know, we have to realize that a woman does run off her emotions more. You know, because that's in her DNA. You know, men are more logical. We're and like, boy, what a great job of saying, you know, men, look, as I've said that. Look at what I've done. What do you mean I don't love you? I've done all this, and this. And you know, she maybe wanted me to react a different way to something, you know, to show some emotion about something that, you know, I spent 10 years in the Marines. I'm not an emotional guy. I'm a accomplishment of the mission first, welfare of the troops second. We're gonna make this happen, then we're gonna be happy second. You know, but as a man, I gotta understand that if I'm dealing with a woman, that I need to make her feel emotionally secure within that environment also. So you know, emotional IQ on both sides, men and women, you know, recognizing that if you're going to communicate, men, we have to bring our logic down and accept the emotion, and women have to do the same thing. Because, you know, like Tara brought up something about wrapping your hand around your woman and telling her to be still. You know, you do that now, your gal gonna push you. She gonna try to take advantage of that to do something that's gonna push you over the limits. You know, and now, like you said, she's challenging his manhood and stuff is happening. So I think, you know, we talk about, you know, take some time to learn yourself and learn how to communicate.
Hey, Louis.
Yeah. What was the question again?
It was the video. Did you go, Louis?
A long ass video at that, Louis.
Man, listen.
There was the Asian lady. I was just saying, the Asian lady was talking about how men are logical and they look at their track record.
I answered that.
Okay, yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, when you said, I said, I think
already.
Louis already answered that.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
I answered that after Ricky.
Okay.
Next time. Yeah, I remember.
Y'all, this really out here arguing with my son. With my son. With my son.
13 years old, so I don't like the way you talk. Bro, she need to be whooping your ass.
No.
That's why I'm breaking up with your ass.
Why would I have to whoop his ass? He's 13. He's a teenager, mate. That's not the point.
Smoking weed, all this crazy ass shit, acting bad at school, you need to whoop his ass.
He a teenager.
Bro, ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't worry about me. You ain't my real pop. So you gonna allow him to just cuss like that in front of you?
No, okay. Listen, Mike.
What you mean?
He a teenager.
You gonna allow he's a badass teenager. You need to be whooping his mother.
So you gonna call my son bad?
I'm gonna tell you what's right.
He gonna call my son bad?
What about him means bad? You know what you mean? You come in the house at all. I can do whatever the fuck I want. No, you need to get your little ass. That's what you need to be getting your ass with. That's what I'm saying, bro. Get your son, bro.
Listen.
Get your motherfucking son. Bro.
Listen, y'all really need to calm down, for real. They need to calm down. This nigga sitting up here arguing with my fucking son.
No, I'm trying to tell
He's
him right.
arguing with my 13-year-old son, though.
That's what I'm saying. I want to raise your little ass right. You feel me? Fuck, you not my pop. You need to be focused.
Why is he arguing with my son? That's what's crazy.
You're not my dad. You need to listen to your
Look at this shit. This is crazy.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Okay, he do listen to me when it's needed, though.
Yo. I'm telling you, man. You gotta raise him in the right direction, man. This little ass is
where
I want to go. Selling drugs, smoking weed, coming in late.
He don't sell drugs.
Bro, I seen this shit. What you talking about? What you saying?
He don't sell no drugs.
I'm not finna. I'm done with you. That's why I'm done with you. You don't even.
He don't sell drugs. Son, you don't sell drugs, do you?
No.
Okay, but you don't gotta leave me. You don't gotta leave me, Mike. Why is you leaving though? It's not that serious. He's 13 years old. You gonna leave me over a 13-year-old? Okay, chill. Okay, right, son.
You gotta hound that little. Leave him where he at.
Okay, chill out. Chill the fuck out, for real.
All right, tone bone.
Word of the day is devalued.
Hey, it's funny. It's funny because they had a topic I just had, and then they had this shit show up.
Exactly.
It's like that's how the men. Like I used to tell my listeners all the time, don't create a young man that you wouldn't date.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? A lot of females kids don't listen to them, and they think that shit cool and still do whatever they want for do whatever their kids ask, jump and do whatever. And if a nigga come in and try to show some guidance or whatever, then it's, you hear me? Don't speak to my son. That's even with like brothers, uncles, cause it ain't just like the man of their life. It's like anybody. That's my baby. That's my baby.
Right.
You like y'all are raising niggas that y'all would not want to be with. Oh, y'all gonna be gay?
Right.
Or they do want to be with men like that. They really do want to be with men like that. That's the problem.
No, they don't though. That's what I'm saying. No, they don't.
Hey,
Nobody want no.
Hey, Todd, I had my cousin. I had a cousin who let her son do stuff like that, and that nigga been in jail the majority of his life, in and out of jail.
I mean, and that's the thing. They
Disrespectful
got
to
no.
elders and all.
They could like they don't got no guidance or no structure. They understand like, and they go back like to like their part of controlling your emotions and know when to react and when not to react. It's not saying that just allow a motherfucker to yell at you, allow a motherfucker to play with you, allow a motherfucker to do this, but it's knowing how to control that and react when need react and a way that you can always think, you can always be logical. Don't allow your impulsive decisions or impulsive actions, the emotional field, to take over your state. You hear me? And when a man trying to talk to you, like it's just like dude straight trying to talk to him, that bitch dumb. Like y'all be getting mad and y'all see how y'all ain't getting mad because I say bitches. This is what I'm talking about. Them bitches.
Yeah.
Them be the bitches that I'm talking about.
Yes, absolutely.
These bitches exist. And they make it hard for real women like y'all, you hear me?
Look, see, the word fits for her.
Absolutely.
And like it just showed the example of bitches, you hear me? But real shit though, structure is needed in young men's life just so they know like the thing of authority. A lot of niggas getting pulled over having issues with the police or whatever it is because they don't respect authority. They don't even, a lot of times don't even be no Black Lives Matter shit. It's just a thing about respect. Like straight the fuck up. Like not to say police is a right or nothing like that, but I mean the same way you got a racist police officer, the same way you have a racist teacher, a racist judge, a racist goddamn lawnmower person. Like the people behind the badge are just motherfuckers with jobs. Straight the fuck up. You got fucked up people in every state. But authority is authority, and you have to respect authority. No matter if it's right or wrong, you just got to deal with it the proper way or the wrong. However you want to deal with it, but no.
There are consequences.
Yeah, for real.
Teresa said, "Why are you putting your dumb ass on live with your badass son?" And he right, how are you allowing a 13-year-old disrespect people like that? He's gonna do that with the wrong one. Then what? Facts. Somebody named KJ said, "Why is your son arguing with a grown man?"
That woman said he listened to me when it's needed. She literally said he listened to me when it's needed.
Hold on, KJ. Ain't nobody gonna be reading your damn answers when you on the show.
All right, go ahead.
I can't talk over you. I gotta input some.
Hey, Ricky.
But that was what I was talking about before. She is
Hey,
raising
Ricky, you got light skin as hell.
You didn't let me jump in. Now you called me in.
He say you call my name. It's my turn.
Lacey called my name.
But this is what I was talking
Go
about.
ahead, light skin. I'm gonna let you get that
Go
off.
ahead, KJ. Go ahead.
That will not listen, and that will not accept criticism, and he will not learn, and he's gonna be trying to prove himself so hard to be a man, and he's gonna fight anybody that say anything to him because he's emotional. He doesn't know how to. He won't lose a fight. He the type that he'll lose a fight, he'll crash out and kill everybody.
Yeah.
He can't just take a butt whoop. You know, he can't just lose a game. He'll want to fight everybody because his emotions involved. But this is what I was talking about. The perfect example. And that boy is not going to grow up to be a good man. Mm-hmm. You know, he's not going to be a good partner for a woman. Because nobody can tell him anything. And why as a woman, stop talking while this grown man is talking.
Don't leave me. Why you gotta leave me?
Exactly. What is she teaching? What is she teaching her son? You know, she teaching her all her messages messed up. Y'all need to talk to her, Ricky.
Go ahead, Ricky.
Worst kid I ever seen.
Hey, she deserved every fucking thing that happens to her and the little disrespectful ass boy. And she should have been whooping his ass. That's part of the fucking problem. She trying to be his friend. Then this nigga, it's the fact that he's sitting over there cussing at your man, even though I know this was a skit because they both do content. She's sitting there cussing at your man to the level of a grown ass man. Then soon somebody knock his teeth down his throat because he don't know how to respect motherfuckers. You gonna be like, oh, not my baby. He was never like that. When it's showing, the track record is showing that he's exactly fucking like that. The problem is he ain't got no damn man in his life. And when you don't got no man in your life and you only got a woman that's sitting over here trying to be your fucking friend and not trying to motherfucking discipline his little ass. First off, he's 13 and he's smoking weed. That's problem number one. You need to figure out what kind of motherfucking emotional issues this nigga got where he out here in the street smoking already at fucking 13.
Hey. Sometimes it just happens that way.
I know he was taking that personally.
I don't care about him taking it personal. That little boy is 13 years old. He's not even old enough to buy a fucking Rillo, but yet this nigga can smoke.
Some places you are.
Ain't no place in
We're not condoning that, Tone.
Now, with that being said,
hey, I can't knock a nigga that's 13 because I understand.
Hey, listen, whatever happened with you. But for this time, you lost talk. This little nigga is still time. But I'm saying he's 13 years old, he's smoking weed, he's cussing like he grown as hell. And she like, well, he listened to me when I need him to. No, the fuck he don't, because even when you told him to shut up and to chill out, the nigga was still cussing. And then he sat there out his own mouth and told him that he a grown ass man. He can do whatever the fuck he want.
That's what he said.
How are you a grown ass man and you can't even go get your own birth certificate, my little nigga? Somewhere. And this is the problem with kids trying to be growner than they are. So sometimes you have to allow them to be grown. But then this is the same little kid that's gonna be out here fucking with somebody else. And then when somebody get a one up on them, mama gonna be like, no, my baby, no, this is what happened. He need that male discipline in his life. I can never teach my son how to be no man. I don't care how much I try, I can't teach him that shit. It's certain shit that his dad just has to do. Regardless of how I feel about it, it's just certain shit that his dad has to do.
Tell mute yourself, though. You tripping.
My kids over there with their dad right now, not just my son, but also my daughter. Like I'm saying, it's certain shit that he has to show them that I can't. I don't want her out here looking for love because she didn't get it from her dad. Yeah. I need him to be present for that type of shit.
Yep.
I know how that shit feel. So I need him present in these moments. Even though she's 2, anytime I get on the phone, she's like, is that my daddy? And I'm like, hey, listen, hey, that's what we're not finna do. But I don't care about that because she's fucking 2 and grown as hell. But I'm saying the fact that if I get on the phone, she think that I'm talking to her dad because she knows his voice. She knows his presence.
All right, 5 minute Ricky.
Look, Holly November.
We're gonna go into some.
No, I was gonna say that was it. I'm saying they just need a dad in their life, and it shows. And dude was right for walking the fuck away. He was right.
Stacy.
So the kids over there with them other people's Ricky. Okay.
Them kids over there with them kids people. You sure did.
So I'm gonna say this. Sometimes you don't have a man in your life, but you gonna have to beat a nigga down, because I would have stumped that child down. 13, you still a fucking child, and you out here smoking and shit. You want to be out here smoking and stuff and doing, you gonna be on your own. That part. I'm gonna show you. You want to be in the streets? I'm gonna show you the streets. No, I wouldn't have went. I don't deal like that. And for her, she was stupid as hell. I'm just saying, she looks stupid. She sounds stupid. That child of hers, who's not a man yet, is going to be beating her ass soon. You know what I'm saying? Because she's letting him control the house, and she's letting him do whatever the hell he wants to do. She don't need a man, because the man gonna be done killed him and her. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, yeah, that ain't right. That ain't what we don't do. That ain't right. Nope.
Louis.
Hey, Louis, before you go real quick, I hope everything bad happened to her and that little
nigga. So messed up.
Yeah.
So
hold on, Louis. Before you go, Louis, wait a minute. Before you go, somebody named KJ said she would want to fight the teachers at school.
Yeah, this go back to like the being raised. Like we gotta address the pink elephant in the room, man. When they took the male out of the household, it destroyed us, man. And it shows so prevalent like right now. And then it's like a man don't know who he is without his woman or without his kids. You know what I'm saying? So when you decapitate that structure of life, you know what I'm saying, this is the residue of that. So now you're looking at these kids learning from their mothers, like they don't respect men because they hear all the conversations they have on the phone with their friends, or when they mad or frustrated. So now these kids adopt this same energy towards men. And then not only that, but that's the baggage that we was talking about. If a woman she don't even have to have multiple baby daddy. She can have one baby daddy with another man that have a kid, and he'll be saying the same things. You ain't my daddy. You can't tell me nothing. So yes, that does devalue the situation, because I can't necessarily have you in the way that I want to, because I gotta worry about this type of baggage in the equation. You know what I'm saying? And it's different kind of for a man and woman. I'm not saying it's right, but in most instances, men ain't dragging their kids around in the situations. Not saying that some men shouldn't be, but the woman is always stuck with the kids for the most part. So when she walk into the situation, she got to know how to govern these kids and have these kids right, because she gonna run any man of value out of her life, because she ain't doing what she's supposed to be doing as a mother and getting them kids together. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Terry, before you go, KJ, I got your talk, but you gotta send it in earlier. You know what I'm saying? This is our last time. So if you want something on the show, send it to me, you know, anytime throughout the week up in this picture.
By Sunday at noon for him.
Well, go ahead, Terry.
I love the really poignant, like when you say to decapitate, what Louis said, that gives you the true visual. Because once you decapitate it, it's a wrap. You ain't got your head no more, your brain, all of that's gone. And that's exactly what that was like, taking a man out of the house. I will say, I agree with pretty much everything that was said here. At first, I thought this was a parody, because I thought that woman had Down syndrome. And I'm not trying to be funny. I did not understand. I just told you I wasn't trying to be funny. I didn't understand what the hell was going on. I thought the son was trying to attack her and the dude was trying to protect her. But this, even though this was a terrible skit, we were talking about being devalued. This is the thing that makes you devalued. And then, ladies, come on. If you are going to be stupid enough to let your kids turn out like this, please don't ask them on a live if they sell drugs. He might be stupid enough to answer you. What are we doing? So this is the perfect way to lose your man and to watch your son die if he don't kill you first. These are what's happened. These kids are getting killed every day for this behavior. They don't respect authority, like Tone said. They don't respect anything. They're just like those school shooters. When you don't give your kids any structure and you let them have whatever they want, the first time the world tells them no, they are going to explode. Same thing my man KJ said. We got to do better. And even though it's a skit, unfortunately, this is real life. This is really happening. Your children probably won't make it to 18 if this type of BS you on.
All right. Hey, yeah, we got breaking news. Let's get it.
This is Justin. We have a breaking news you don't want to miss. Coming up next, UnCensor, the Conversation podcast presents Speak Your Truth. In this powerful segment, our dynamic panel consisting of G. Souldier, Ms. Busy Boss, Tara Michelle, Tone Bone, Ricky, and Gateway Louie takes center stage, as each one of them will speak their truth, sharing stories from the news that moved them, discussing hot topics that demand attention, or offering uplifting motivational messages to inspire us all. Get ready for raw, unfiltered perspectives and heartfelt moments. Back to you, Lacey.
All right, Ricky, speak your truth and let them know where they can find you at. Do you got anything coming up?
The only thing I got coming up is my surgery. Also, the measles is real, people. I need y'all to take precautions, wash your hands, wear a mask, cover up. You see people with bumps anywhere, just like they got this shit, okay?
We got measles here.
Measles are here in Missouri. They are here in Missouri.
I'm tired of this shit, man.
Are here. I just want people to take precautions because this shit is deadly, and like the rhinovirus is real.
Tell me about it.
I have a couple of people whose children are in the hospital sick, fighting for their lives because of these fucking diseases and shit. I mean, like, my kid's sister, she is in the hospital fighting. She's been in ICU for a week, so just sending prayers out to her mom and them kids' people. And then to my other people's, my nephew's in the hospital fighting for his life. You know, life is short. This shit is real out here. People are going through stuff. Y'all just love on each other. Take her. And for real, this measles shit is real. This shit is sick, man. How this shit just disappear and all of a sudden, bow, it's back. Come on, government.
Because these motherfuckers won't get vaccinated. That's why. Them pale people.
Come on, government. We sorry. Whoever did it, we sorry. I'm apologizing for all of us, and y'all can stop.
Those of us who got vaccinated as kids, can we still get that shit?
Yes, you can still get shit.
I'm done. It's time to go.
All right. KJ, speak your truth and let them know where they can find you. You got
the light skin.
Hey. First, thank you, everybody. I appreciate y'all letting the old man speak. And I keep, saying things, trying to, I want to be honest about, life experiences and things that happened. So my message today is never think it won't happen to you. As you get older, different things are going to happen in life, and you have to adjust to it. You heard us talking about having an emotional IQ, being able to identify yourself when you are not moving in a logical path, or when the conversation maybe needs to be more emotional than what you're giving. Fellas, we got to take responsibility. If you want to be a good man, a good husband, we have to start looking at ourselves and learning what we were taught. And the same thing with the females. They're being taught, things that are negative toward relationships. There's a lot of focus on money versus love. You could have a relationship and 95% of things could be right, but the money's not there. So you're going to dump that to be in a situation like LL Cool J wife, that she'll be rich and let him sleep with other women and have threesomes.
He's wilding again.
Stop with that LL slander. We didn't have this conversation, look, yellow.
Why y'all don't want LL to cheat? Why LL can't cheat?
Because we need our dreams, okay?
Y'all
We need our
defending LL.
fantasies.
Right. That's what I thought.
Say
That's all I got, lady.
All
They
right.
defending LL. LL is a king. He's the winner in their eyes. He's gonna walk in the
No,
door.
listen, if his
He
wife
is the prize.
said that he cheated,
He
I'm
the
not gonna
prize.
sit here and put that out there. She
Right.
said he was insecure. Don't do that.
All right, Stacey, speak your truth and let them know where they can find you. You got anything coming up?
I'm about to move over to Africa for real, y'all. I'm tired of all this stuff over here.
And look, them
Trying to
Kingdom
get
Wonders coming
my
over here.
houses together in Africa. Um, I'm gonna say this. Listen, if you know better, just do better. Love on your loved ones, y'all. Y'all don't know what people are going through. It's a lot that people have been through. Don't don't bring more to them. Don't put more on their plate that they can't handle. Work with them, be for them, so you guys can work together. Also, yeah, just vote tomorrow. Make sure you vote, okay? I am just follow me on my Facebook page. I'm not saying a lot, but I'm doing a lot, y'all. That part. Peace.
All right, Tara, let them know where they speak your truth. Let them know where they can find you. You got anything coming up?
You can find me on YouTube, Opinionated Sense. You can find me on One Man and One Woman, the podcast, of course. Um, you can find me in the bed resting my voice after this because y'all didn't want me out tonight. But I want to say to everyone, make sure you surround yourself with people who love you. We talk a lot about telling everybody to go love on your people and all that. Make sure somebody's loving on you too. Men, love on your women. Watch how you talk to them and how you treat them. Help lead and guide them in a way so that they can love on you the way that you need, but you got to give it back. It has to be reciprocal. If you're supposed to be my protector, then that means you're supposed to be my protector. You cannot be my enemy. I want to send a shout out to my best friends who have been checking on me, who knew I was sick and under the weather, who I've been able to unleash and cry and talk about the loss of my best friend, even though he was 90 and a half. I don't give a shit. I miss him every day. And I can talk to about what's going on with certain members of my family. Thank you for being there for me because as the strong friend and as the oldest sibling, nobody ever checks on me. And I got two people. I got two people who check on me daily. And it feels good to know that they look out for me. So to Ross and to Jaya, thank you for being there always for me. I know right now I might be a mess, but I'm gonna be all right.
All right. Louis, speak your truth and let them know where they can find you. And do you got anything coming up?
What it do, y'all already know. It's your boy Gateway Louis. Man, I got a whole lot of coming up. We got 420. I told y'all this month, Cowboy gonna be down in the city. So look to do business, man. Y'all trying to do business with Cowboy, Mr. Envy Me, holla at your boy. That'll be the most recent, and most definitely H&P, Hope and Peace, most definitely the foundation, man. We outside for these elections and clean up neighborhood, clean up for the foundation on the 19th. So, anybody who want to join, they most definitely can hit my Instagram up or Facebook. But I want to leave y'all with a few words of wisdom. Intellect over emotion. We gotta think before we act. We kings and we queens. We God and goddesses, and we gotta conduct ourselves as such. The responsibility is on us to be the best version of ourselves. And when we get that down packed, then everything else gonna fall in place. That I'm holler at y'all, Louis.
All right. Lou, hold on. Yeah, okay, boy. Yeah. Screen was tripping. All right, man. Let me get my words open. Listen, yeah, my words of wisdom for you. Stop worrying about the narrative that people paint about you. Like stop giving people dominion over you. I always tell people, whatever somebody told you about me, guess what? Believe it. Because if you are that easily influenced, instead of getting to know a person, learn that person for yourself, or you are easily influenced to go off what somebody tell you and know like a person or whatever, then just believe it, because I don't want them in your life anyway. So do not want a person in your life. So stop worrying about a narrative or whatever what people paint of you. Period. So other than that, man, just stay tuned. I got a lot of stuff coming on. I'm dropping my album. Got films.
Okay.
So y'all already know, man. Just stay tuned. Yeah, y'all already know we out here grinding and working. All right, yeah, that is the end of the show, man. We had another crazy show like we always do every week. So
Ellis was in here tripping.
It was tripping. Who raised these?
Man, that's just healthy,
Who
good
raised?
conversation.
Finally, it wasn't us.
Good podcast. That's what y'all need.
Look, man, we gonna see y'all next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Good night, everybody. Bars.